Well, there's an awful lot to do here at St Jakobshalle. There's food, there's merchandise outlets, and most importantly, there's an area where you can meet your star players. And two of the Japanese players, Takuto Inoue, who plays men's doubles with Yuki Kaneko, was signing autographs along with Takeshi Kimura, who for the last 2 years, there's Kimura, 2 consecutive years prior to this, he's medalled at World Championships with Keigo Sonoda. Interacting with the fans, photographs, autographs, and all the players have been joining in, meeting the fans. And that really is great. Players accessible. And that doesn't happen in all sports, I can assure you of that. So the fans, lots to do, and plenty more badminton to watch, because we've still got another 4 semi-finals to go. So our next semi-final is the second of the men's singles semi-finals. We know that the defending champion Momota is already through, but will Anders Antonsen, the young Dane, the number 5 seed, become the 7th different player from his country to contest a men's singles final? Whatever happens, Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN of Thailand makes history today, because he's the first player from Thailand ever to medal in the men's singles. Now, when we look at the draw, this is history that was made here earlier this week, because in the quarter-final stage, we had 8 players from 8 different countries. And that's the first time it's happened in the World Championships in any discipline. And when I tell you that it only happened once in the 11 years of the Super Series in men's singles, and once in the almost 2 years of the World Tour, it really is a very unique scenario. So of course it means that all 4 semi-finalists, all 4 medalists, when the flags go up tomorrow, there will be 4 different flags of the players on the podium. But who will join the defending champion, Kento Momota, in tomorrow's final? Anders Antonsen, his win-loss record translates into 13 career finals, winning 9 titles. For Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN, well, he has only been in 2 finals, and he lost them both. Anders Antonsen, the Dane, receiving a very warm reception from the fans here in Basel. I have to say the Swiss fans have been supporting every single European player that's come on to court, and that really has given the European players such a lift. It has been a great atmosphere. 9,000-seater stadium, and I should think there's probably at least 8,500 in today. So to his opponent, a number 12 seed, Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN of Thailand, just 20 years of age. His last final was over 30 months ago. Can he end that drought today by reaching the final of the World Championships? He's never actually been in a final of a World Tour event. His last final was when we still had Super Series and Grand Prix Gold. And it was a Grand Prix Gold tournament in his home country at the Thailand Masters of 2017, the last time that WANGCHAROEN reached a final. So Eric Desroches of Canada.
All right, gentlemen, that's the red side, that's the black side. What's your choice? He wants red, so I'm clicking this over here. Red it is.
So
you want to be there? You want to serve or receive?
Anders Antonsen has won the toss. And I think has chosen ends. Yes, he has. So the players will change ends before the start of the 2-minute warm-up period. Well, what a moment for the young Dane. The 11th different player from Denmark to medal at World Championships. But Morten and I were calling his quarter-final yesterday evening, and we said that he wasn't really interested in a medal. He was really interested in a gold medal. 22 years of age, born in Aarhus, currently one place down from his highest world ranking, which was just a couple of weeks ago, 1 week at number 8 in the world. Playing his third consecutive World Championships, and it's the first time that he has been beyond the third round. His matches, he had a walkover against Kevin Korten in the first round, then the second round against last year's bronze medalist Darren Liu from Malaysia. Extraordinary match in the third round against the number 13 seed Suniyama. He was 14-2 up in that opening game before having to save a game point at 20-21, but eventually won it 23-21 and 21-18 the second. Quarter-final against the number 3 seed, the two-time former champion Chen Long. Came from 4-10 down in the opening game before winning 22-20, 21-10. So to the young man who will not turn 21 until next month, Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN, born in Bangkok, enjoying his 8th week in total, his second spell at 15 in the world. First World Championships, can you believe that? A year ago, he wasn't ranked high enough to qualify. He was the 4th-ranked men's singles player from Thailand and didn't get to go to Nanjing. His opponents, Kaljo from the Netherlands, Pochtyarov from Ukraine, Kidambi Shrikant, the number 7 seed from India. And in the quarterfinal yesterday, the number 2 seed, Chou Tianchen from Chinese Taipei. Yesterday's match, the only match where he has been taken the full distance. An hour and 11 minutes for his match yesterday. So Eric De Roche from Canada and Daniel Law from Hong Kong, the service judge. Well, first ever meeting between these two players. And it's for a huge prize. The right to play for the gold medal in the World Championship final.
Yeah, there were two different interviews on Danish media yesterday. One where Anders was saying he was going for the final, and one where he was going for the gold. So I don't know the timeline, whether he upgraded his expectations or he actually downgraded it a little bit after winning that bronze medal there.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN, Thailand. And on my left, ANTONSEN, Denmark.
yes, that's a clear indication. The reception for ANTONSEN being introduced by the umpire. He will have huge support. Well, who would have thought at the beginning of the week and prior to this tournament getting underway, these two youngsters would be playing for a place in the final.
Yeah, exactly. I can remember in December when we had the 8 qualifiers for the World Tour finals, there were some people talking about, they weren't that the high-ranked players. Chen Long wasn't there, Victor Axelsen wasn't there, and so on, because it was Samir Verma, it was Tommy Sugiarto, and it was this man, Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN, who qualified by playing a lot of tournaments, a lot of Super 100s, Super 300s, and Super 500s. And that's been a great development, apparently, because here he is today playing for the chance to go into the World Championship final.
In his first World Championship.
So he's never lost a match at the World Championships.
No. when you consider, Steen, that prior to this year, no men's singles player from Thailand had ever been in a World Championship quarter-final.
Yeah, that's a fantastic achievement, and they've got more talent coming. The last 2 years, the World Junior Champion has been Kantaphon Vittitsan from Thailand. You will, of course, be inspired by this as well.
Well, although WANGCHAROEN went to 3 games yesterday against Cho Tien Chen, there was only 8 minutes difference in the length of time the two players were on court. That's a good return.
Good on his feet there. The Danish plan was for ANTONSEN to rely on his varied attack and his good defense against WANGCHAROEN. That was the plan coming into this match, according to national coach Kenneth Jonassen. So trying to prevent WANGCHAROEN from getting on the attack.
That's just unbelievable from ANTONSEN. He played a net shot to perfection from inches above the floor. Look at this. Look at this. How did he control that? Magnificent. Oh, he stumbled.
Clever to play it back where he came from. Didn't really know the score there, WANGCHAROEN. It's a sign that you're a little bit affected by the situation. Net caught again. Good shot.
It's a good rally too, isn't it?
Defense in the early stages of the rally, and if he keeps on being successful with that, then I think there's a risk that WANGCHAROEN will become a little bit bewildered. Really important that he varies his attack, the 20-year-old. Clever.
Oh, that's absolutely delightful. It's looking so calm and collected, is ANTONSEN.
That shot there, that was the shot that created so many problems, or the type of shot that created so many problems for Chen Long yesterday. The attack that stops a little bit before the opponent, not full power at all, more or less a drop shot, but very, very difficult to do something clever with for the opponent.
So it's over 3-7.
Yes, nobody wants to miss any of this. Fans coming back in to the stadium. Oh, that's amazing. Well, as he didn't put that one away, Antonsen, my immediate thought was he's missed his chance, and then very calmly he just plays another one into the open space.
Yeah, and that was a different type of rally. Soft-paced shots.
Just inside the line.
Placements. Again, not full power at all, but going for accuracy.
That's wild.
10-4.
Oh yes, well played from WANGCHAROEN.
5-10. Yes.
Well, nobody should underestimate this young man's capabilities, because when I tell you that he's beaten both Lin Dan, Chen Long, and for good measure, Anthony Ginting so far in his career, it's an indication that he can beat the best of the best. It's going wide.
We have to take into consideration as well that they've never played each other before. As you mentioned, Joe, these two players, so you have to get used to each other's game, and that's normally what you use the first part of the first game for. Figuring out what are the possibilities my opponent has, what is the habit strokes, the favorite strokes, and the areas that can be exploited.
7-10. Yes.
Two Danish coaches, Kenneth Jonassen and Kim Nielsen. Look at that beautiful, beautiful movement. Leapt from the base position. Had hang time like a basketball player.
Good
Oh,
variation.
yes, has found the line. And 4 straight points for the number 12 seed.
Thank you, Anders.
He is a very attacking player, isn't he,
And
WANGCHAROEN?
here he sort of doesn't pick up speed, but he sort of attacks out of nowhere. For a long, long while in his run back towards the shuttle, it seems like he's just going to play a defensive shot, and suddenly he leaps in the air and fires this cross smash.
8-10.
He's got to be careful there. Antonsen got to be alert all the time.
Yeah, that's super.
9-10. Yes.
Morten was talking the other day, Steen, about the first time that he watched WANGCHAROEN. It was the semi-final of the Thailand Masters 2017 when WANGCHAROEN was playing against Li Zijia. And apparently I said on commentary, these two young men are stars of the future. And men's singles is in good hands with these two. Yeah. And so it's transpired. Li Zijia has done well in these World Championships. And this is a fantastic fight back from Kantaphon.
If we also think that we have hopefully two players sitting outside coming back that are not too old either, Victor Axelsen and Xiyu Qi.
Yeah. Interesting times for singles, men's singles, that is.
You can see who the next generation is. Not necessarily that they will dominate everything from now on, but they're there.
Well, after 6 straight points for WANGCHAROEN, it is the Dane who gets to the mid-game interval with the advantage, albeit just one solitary point advantage.
Players on court. And this.
Well, I don't know if you were able to catch any of that, Steve.
Nothing at all. There was some very loud music here in the arena.
Yes, there was.
Disguising anything that the Danes discussed.
Okay. So what would you have said? I mean, he lost 6 of the last 7 points, the Dane.
It's basically what they discussed in the beginning. Good variation on his game. Very alert when he lifts, because suddenly Kantaphon, he decides that he wants to attack, and you can't really see it until the last moment. So you've got to be alert, like there. I think he was alert, ANTONSEN. It was just a really good, powerful body smash from the Thai player. So the best way of defending is often attacking yourself. A controlled attack, play a lot downwards, mix it up with deceptions, and sometimes just playing the fastest shot where there's no deception. But it's been more or less a reverse match compared to yesterday, when he was trailing 10-4 against Chen Long. So both players have dominated their period. That's a good save. Excellent. Very, very important to be alert here, because he takes some big chances once in a while, WANGCHAROEN, and it's often hit or miss, that if he misses those chances, then there's easy points to score in the next 2-3 shots afterwards.
Yeah. Well left. Just wide. Opened up a 3-point cushion, the Dane.
Service over. 12-14.
Good defense.
Now there's the variation. One straight down the line with a smash, then the body smash.
Yeah. I have a feeling that it's the power body smash that will be more effective than the power smash towards any of the sidelines. That's where he should still use his sliced smashes, his clever drop shots. ANTONSEN. Dominating the net game, the Dane. Coached when he was a youngster in his club Aarhus by former Chinese Thomas Kopper, Zhang Chang. Working in Denmark for many, many years.
He had an influence on Peter Rasmussen's net game, didn't he?
That was another Chinese coach who was working in the other part of the country.
Yeah.
In Yingzheng. Working on the National Centre, Lynn. Excellent.
Nice. Worked the rally, waited for the right opportunity to go for the winner.
From WANGCHAROEN's perspective, he's got to figure out a way to set himself up, because it's difficult if ANTONSEN doesn't give him anything to work with. Then he's got difficulties sort of deliberately playing himself to chances.
Oh, it's gone too long.
So the score, 13-17.
That goes down as a missed opportunity.
Wide.
So the score, 18-13.
Oh no. What on earth was he thinking there?
Yeah, that was an unnecessary chance to take, because that was a rally where it just went on, and WANGCHAROEN wasn't even he wasn't getting closer to an advantage in the rally, but I guess ANTONSEN felt he had to put in some variation, and that's one of the things that the Danish commentators talked about yesterday, was that they felt they had some people in the studio that could see that ANTONSEN was pretty tired towards the end of the second game against Qianlong, even though he won at 21-10. Match went on for about an hour or so.
Hour and 3 minutes.
So I don't know if he's ready to play those long rallies again today. So far he's dominated the first game, the Dane.
And just 2 points away from securing game number 1. Yeah, it's a lovely touch from Kantaphon.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's game point opportunities. 5 of them for the number 5 seed, ANTONSEN. Anders Antonsen. 21-15. Well, looked to be in total command when he led 10-4. And WANGCHAROEN did awfully well to get back level at 10-all. But in the end, Antonsen outmaneuvered his opponents. Good variation of shot in the opening game, 21-15.
Han kommer ud, og så skal han helt sikkert bruge noget energi. Det kan han gøre på 2 måder. Masser nedad, eller han ikke på det.
So the call of 20 seconds, the indication for the players to return to court. There are plenty of Danish fans in the crowd.
Same group of Danish fans that normally travel to All England.
Oh, that's good.
Taking the trip to Basel to support not the Danes, but Anders Antonsen. He talked about working hard from this far side of the court here in the beginning, and also felt that WANGCHAROEN would come out wanting to spend some energy either by playing downwards all the time or by trying to playing past Antonsen to the back court and move him there quickly. In all honesty, I think WANGCHAROEN has had very little in the first game. It's been dominated by this man here.
So what's WANGCHAROEN got to do to change this around?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think he needs to find a way to set himself up. And right now I feel like he's not really thinking too much about where he's putting the shots, just waiting for a chance to occur. I would go a bit more for the Danes' forehand side, play a lot of shots that way. He needs to cover the cross from Antonsen's forehand, but otherwise there's a lot of straight shots coming, and if Anders chooses to play a cross clear, then it's into the forehand of WANGCHAROEN, and there's a good chance of attacking on those shots. Then I think it's important as well that he gets to dominate the net.
Good dive. Oh, it's just long. Well, that was spectacular from Antonsen. In the end, to no avail. And I have to say that WANGCHAROEN did awfully well to keep his concentration. There's a tendency to watch opponents, see they're down, and not focus on what you have to do.
Yeah, there also.
That's a lovely block, isn't it? Cross-court block.
And then he's got to find a way to be more efficient in his attack. I think Antonsen has played great defense so far. I would like to see what happens if WANGCHAROEN more consistently challenges the body of Anders Antonsen combined with the backhand side. He should be able to rule out a number of of areas on his own court as reply areas that way. But it's difficult for him to get any kind of control over the rallies. So far trailing all shots in this rally. Now it's even.
What a fabulous rally from Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN.
Well, I think it was a good rally from a Danish perspective as well, because Antonsen controlled it in the beginning, and then he got an awful lot back of the attack from WANGCHAROEN. So I think he earned himself some points there later on as Antonsen, where I think we'll see WANGCHAROEN go for the lines and go for winners, because he's being made to work really, really hard for his points here.
Yes, and he knows that if it's too far inside the line,
then it's neutralized.
Then it's neutralized. This man is going to get it back.
And the other part of that is that if by playing these long rallies, sort of, if WANGCHAROEN then can sort of take that little extra top of the defensive retrieval ability, the speed, the stamina of Antonsen, then he might suddenly be really effective in his attacks and get back in this match. There was the forehand side and the smash to the backhand. A little weak reply from the forehand side from Antonsen.
So when you were talking about playing more down the forehand side, it wasn't just the attacking play.
No, it was the that corner, the forehand corner, long
deep forehand corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I misunderstood that. I thought you wanted him to smash down the forehand.
That proves how difficult it was for my players to get it right, what I said. Because I would have been furious with you had you been smashing in the forehand.
There, well, he was trying to play deep forehand there. Two back to the same place, but unfortunately for the Thai player, that was just long.
And cross net would have worked well there as well. That would have been a difficult footwork movement for Antonsen. Can't afford those mistakes, WANGCHAROEN. Got out of trouble in the flat game and then converted a 50-50 situation to a loss.
It's gone long. Stamp of the foot from WANGCHAROEN in frustration. Watch WANGCHAROEN. Oh, we can't see him.
Playing extremely well from the front court, Antonsen. Great defense, but there's small deceptions, great variety from the front court. WANGCHAROEN outside the picture here as we see it in replay. Good little deception.
There, right there.
WANGCHAROEN was taking a walk towards his coach, Agus
And that's back on court, please.
Santoso. He's clearly bewildered as to what to do, and I think ANTONSEN has a very, very clear game plan.
Can't help but wonder as well. I mean, at the start of the week, number 12 seed, WANGCHAROEN, he would never have been expected to be in this situation. He's achieved what no other Thai player has achieved, a bronze medal in men's singles, at least.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if subconsciously he's actually satisfied, whereas the young Dane, he's so confident in his own ability to win any tournament. He seriously does believe he can win the gold, and he's going for gold. Whereas I think maybe WANGCHAROEN is subconsciously quite satisfied, and therefore not that same inner belief or drive to get through this match.
Yeah, I totally agree. Especially looking at the scoreline, 21-15, 8-4, it's so easy to become sort of content and say, hey, I've done really well, so I just met a better player here. Whereas I think when ANTONSEN saw that it was WANGCHAROEN and not Chao Tien who was standing there in the semi-final, he felt there was a good opportunity.
He slipped as he changed direction there, ANTONSEN. And this is a run now, 6 straight points. Just watch as he changes direction. Oh, yes, it was his ankle, left ankle, just turned slightly. Oh, yes, and look at the expression, pained expression on his face. Well, it's actually WANGCHAROEN that has called for the doctor, one of the assistant referees, Dennis Lee from Hong Kong, and our tournament doctor, Dr. Martin Fellstrom from Sweden. All the medical team that look after the players all volunteer their time. And he's been a regular at badminton events for years as Dr. Fellstrom.
He's actually an expert on Achilles injuries.
Is he?
He helped Tine Baun a lot when she had problems with her 2 Achilles. That was before she actually ruptured the right one.
Well, he often has this problem. It's a bit like Chen Long. They continually graze the little finger as they're sort of diving to retrieve the shuttle. And I suppose the wound just keeps opening up again. And of course the rules of international sport is that all blood injuries must be treated immediately. So, but I was really quite concerned at the time when he changed direction here. It was difficult to see from that angle.
Last time the World Championship was played in Switzerland, another Dane suffered a terrible injury. That was Thomas Sture Lauritsen in the semi-final, pretty much on his way to
yes, he was well up against Park Sun-woo.
Yes, game up and leading 5-1 in the second.
Yeah, and it really was horrendous. But had a terrible injury in the women's doubles yesterday as well, which I think has probably put paid to Yonimoto's Olympic campaign.
Yeah, let's hope that it's not as serious as it looked.
Yeah, and of course we're missing Shi Uchi, who was silver medalist at the last World Championships. He badly twisted an ankle at the Indonesian Super 1000 event. So running repairs complete, and it's still 6 straight points to Anders Antonsen. Missed it.
And I mean, this rally here, we've seen Kantaphon attack, but it hasn't been the right quality. The first attack is in the middle of the service field, and the second attack is in the middle of the tramway on the sideline. So it's got to be more accurate if he's trying to challenge ANTONSEN.
For the advantage for the day here at the mid-game interval of game number 2. Well, some of the body language, I have to say, Steen, concerns me with WANGCHAROEN.
Yeah. I think he's at a stage now where he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that there's a tactical thing that he can do. I might be terribly wrong, and he's staging a great comeback here on as ANTONSEN gets really nervous and tightens up. I don't think it's going to be the case, but I'm not sure that he can come up with the tactics in this arena here where he will get the upper hand as it is right now.
Indecision at the back of the courts from ANTONSEN. Was he going to leave it? Should he play it? By the time he made up his mind, it was too late. Looks down at the line. Going to leave it. Plays it with a bent arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks back at the line as well. Good block.
Fantastic rally by ANTONSEN. Throughout the rally, he's never worse than in control defense. He's always got it covered, and then the moment there's a slight opportunity, he takes it. Great placement, good mark in there.
Yeah, that's very telling, that look back from WANGCHAROEN towards his coach.
Play.
Missed it.
That's
one of those.
Yeah.
It's not an unforced error.
No.
That was forced by ANTONSEN's good defence earlier on, what we were talking about.
He wanted this to be a winner. As often happens, it goes exactly the opposite way.
Well, if Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN wants to win this semi-final, he needs to start making his move right now.
Yeah, and for Antonsen, he's at 14 at the moment. He was at 14-2 against Kantaphon and sort of got off the boil and had to work hard to win the first game against the third of Japanese players here in the tournament. That's important that Antonsen doesn't make the same mistake here, because every minute he's spent unnecessary on court here, he might need tomorrow.
Yes.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. 7 points, the lead for the Dane. There's still a lot of work in this.
From back to front, to back again, to the front again. He made him move the full diagonal of the court time and time again. There was one. There's the final kill once WANGCHAROEN had been pulled out of position.
Is there some?
What a well-constructed rally from Antonsen.
Anders, can you show? You show the medal? Right there. There. Thank you. (15-7).
Marching towards his goal.
So it's over. 8-16. Anders.
Oh yes, that's inside the back line. Fortune favours the brave. 17-8. Now he was moving towards the net for that kill, before WANGCHAROEN had actually played the net shot. Quick serve is long.
9-17.
That's his first service error. I think it's the first service error of the match. Wide and long.
Yeah, the long was called in by the linesman, but it was definitely long.
Looked as if he was going to play the push return and then played the block.
He's got a lot of variation in his toolbox. As Antonsen
3 points away from the place in the final. That's wild. Make that 2 points away.
19-10.
Oh, he guessed correctly, did WANGCHAROEN. He knew exactly where the smash was coming, but he still couldn't deal with it. And now it's match point opportunities for Anders Antonsen of Denmark.
The photographers are getting together on the far side of the court. I don't think we'll see any wild celebration scene here. I think this is a day at the office for Antonsen. He's got bigger goals than this.
Into the World Championship final. The number 5 seed, Anders Antonsen. Straight game victory over Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN of Thailand. 21-15, 21-10, 48 minutes. And tomorrow, Antonsen will become the 7th different player from Denmark to contest the World Championship men's singles final. Congratulated by his coaches. What a moment for Antonsen. The fans appreciating his efforts and his outstanding form so far in this tournament. Well, tomorrow he'll play against the defending champion, Kento Momota. And whilst he has lost 3 of their previous 4 meetings, I can tell you the last time they met, it was Antonsen who beat Kento Momota. But there was confirmation of the scoreline, 21-15, 21-10 in a match lasting 48 minutes. Well, you have to feel for Kantaphon WANGCHAROEN because he was beaten by a better man today. Nonetheless, the youngster from Thailand can take huge pride in his performance here, becoming the first man from his country to medal in the men's singles at the World Championships.